Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome back to my Norse Dwarf playthrough as Kraka Drak, where, well, we are beginning to expand. We've got ourselves a nice setup. I've got to work out where I'm going to push next, if it's going to be against the Varg or the Bearling. We've got a reasonable income now, so we can probably afford to push back. I think I'm going to take these guys out first, then we're going to take out the Varg, and then it's going to be the war with the Wanderers, which is going to be brutal. Let's be honest about that, guys. We need to get here sorted out first. We are getting there, so, you know, corruption is slowly dropping. But it is definitely going to take us time. Right, let's go to that Skull Reef, which didn't appear as a Skull Reef to start with. That was weird. Ooh, so we've got a Tormentor Sword. Yeah, that's okay. And 10,000 gold, which is always nice. Oh, I need to get him out to get that grudge before. I say that. My grudges don't appear... Okay, I think I found a little bug with the mod here. My grudges don't appear to actually be having any impact on my grudge calculator. So, I might go pop that on Cataph's mod later if he's not watching this, with a link to this. It could be to do with some other mods I've got on, because I do have a few minor mods on. So it's possible they're what are breaking it, but I doubt it. Let's get up to that, because I'd quite like the idea of getting some long beards. There's nothing else I can do here at the moment. I don't want to waste all my money, because my public order is actually okay here. It does allow the recruitment of Bugman's Rangers. Is that all I need for Bugman's Rangers now? Not that I get Bugman's Rangers. Ha! So it won't allow the recruitment of Bugman's Rangers. Okay. Let's end turn. So now, I also want to get myself in a position where I can get a few agents out and have them spreading around. We are slowly, yeah, we still got 13% corruption here, but it is dropping off really nicely now. And once that corruption has dropped off, once we take out down here, certainly the corruption is going to start dropping off rather quickly, which will be nice, because basically we're getting corruption by osmosis from the territories around us into our territory. So from here, we're getting some corruption sneaking into Kraka Drak, and from over here. Oh, I'm just jumping out, because I do have lots of names requests. I've got a load of lawful names, so I don't necessarily know where they are for settlements as we take them. But we're retaking places, so they don't necessarily need to be in the exact right places. So places like Runes Force, Karak Frost, Mount Freeze, Ward Keep, apparently are all lawful names. So we'll try and use some of them. Right, this does give minus public order. That's the downside. But getting some of those units would be good. But we're not. This place isn't going to be a recruitment settlement. I'm going for the public order buff. This will help. So we are getting a big chunk from military presence, but we should, once this is built, that should actually solve that. Let's also start pushing out our growth, because I do also want to get walls out here as quickly as possible. Because if Varg were to go to war with us, it would be problematic.
I am ready to parley. I hope you'll...
Let's see, is anybody else willing to trade with us yet?
Lord of the Phoenix. All are given a fair hearing in the Phoenix Court. Unwise.
Really? How rude.
Most astute.
But they'll accept a trade agreement. Elves are more likely to accept trade agreements for quite obvious reasons. Because they do very well from trading.
No evildoer may receive the blessings of the land.
Ooh, they don't like me being friends with Yves.
Armored in faith.
Champion of the lady.
What's the matter, dwarf? You feel naturally.
But we can counter that nice and easily.
Dark are these times.
These guys will trade with us once we make them a
I
bit
have
happier.
heard much of the stubbornness of dwarves. No evildoer
Oh,
may
wrong
receive
one.
the blessings of the lady.
These lands are ours.
If needs must.
There we go. And over time, they will all start trading with me. How about you
Greetings on
with
behalf
Boris?
of the
No, not yet. Okay. Also, as I charge out and batter through the rest of the Norscan factions, that is going to make everybody much friendlier with me. As I said, at some point I am tempted. I may well subjugate Kislev to protect their people, guys, from that Skaven threat. Because obviously, you know, they'd be far safer under Dowie rule than they would under, you know, Kislevian rule. Yeah, for their own good, but that's something for the future. For now, it is not. As I said, the first goal of this campaign is subjugating and freeing Norska, and the war versus the Wanderers, I suspect, is going to be brutal because they're going to be getting to the point where they're going to be starting getting bigger units soon. So I'm going to need to start taking my time. You know, it's not going to be a quick war. I'd probably be better doing a nice slow march through, basically. We'll see how it goes. These guys shouldn't be too hard to take out. Ooh. Okay, so we've just got extra public order growth and public order all provinces from that tech. What one are we on now? That is very good, actually. Extra income from trade, extra income from buildings. And so many, like that. Recruitment cost for quarrelers. Oh, that's awesome. That's really good. And I'm probably going to want a lot of slayers in my things. Well, actually, we can get some more of these techs. I don't like that. For all Norscan units, I'm not so fussed by that. Unlocks recruitment of these. We've got that. -5 income from all buildings, don't want that. And -10. Yeah. Growth. We don't want that yet. Let's see how that does as we leave the territory. That's going to... Oh, see, we might not quite. I'm going to not tax that for a turn or two while we're burning off that corruption. One more turn on that. Let's get ourselves a second lord out. Let's get Ulfgar out again. Ulfgar Gurunsons, we've had him a few times. He is going to take parts of this army on.
Forwards. Let us be about this.
Ooh. Well, we're going to go straight for that, then down for that. This is probably going to be a little bit more of a slow... As I said, guys, this is not going to be my fastest, most aggressive push ever. This is probably going to be a bit more of a slow advance of a campaign for obvious reasons, guys, because we don't want to be we don't want to rush it. If we rush it, Norska will bite back. Oh, wow, that's bad. But we do want to push the Wanderers because they are definitely hammering into the old world and causing damage, and I don't want to allow them to do that for too long. So opening a second front against them, especially while they're busy down there, will potentially help us. Especially as Cologne may well fall at this rate, because they don't seem to have expanded at all. But Bretonia does always have problems confederating. And I do want to take on the Hell Pit, and we may do that after the bear. After we deal with these guys, we may send a force around here to batter here, but we will need to keep a presence there because the Hell Pit is a very big settlement, and it will give us a lot of income. But it will also free up these two, Erengrad and Kislev, to allow them. Basically, it'll allow them a lot more time. Hang on, have I not put everything on fastest here? I haven't. Oh god. So let's just put everything onto fastest, so I'm not sitting here as we get more of a map. I don't really want to be seeing everything going really slowly. Okay. It's nice when you don't have such a big map, seeing all the detailed movement, but the end turns do get quite long otherwise. Ooh. A reckoner has approached requiring guidance on how to settle a dispute between two clans. Both are claiming ownership of a mine. I want the extra mine income, so extra income from stone quarries. We have no stone quarries.
It's time. Got then.
Let's pick this one up.
Shoulder
Extra
axes
5k
like
gold is always good.
I do.
We're going to both start marching. You're going to do some recruitment as well. Basically, same but better, guys. With a few extra things. Oh, I do need to mute my phone. So we're going to be pushing some Longbeards into this army. Again, with lots of Quarrelers as our backup. I am tempted to get some of these units this time, but we'll play with that as we go on. Because as we've seen, they're rather glass cannony, those units. I can't quite do that yet, though this will also help. So let's level you up. Featherport, you need outpost garrison. See, if I do all of these, I actually get myself quite a good, strong garrison. The other thing I'm tempted to do is... Ooh. We have heroes to recruit. Oh wow, we can recruit 4 Thanes. Poison attacks, that's interesting. Cheaper buildings, disciplined. Oh, that's...
Yes, by the king's command. The throng is mustered. No.
He's going to go into here for now, but he will be joining this army because discipline. You saw that's 2% extra.
Onward. I answer to clan and hold.
2% attack and an extra 2 attack for every unit in the army, and extra 2 leadership. It's only a small amount, but it's still not an amount to be spat at. And cunning for the other army, but again, you can go in here to start with. Right, Featherport. Ooh, I want to get here leveled up. How much do we need for next 1, 2? So that's not going to take too long. We're going to start working on walls here. And these 2 places are going to be fortified to the absolute hilt. So once we get this, we'll get a nice big thing from there. We'll get Longbeards with great weapons, more Longbeards, great weapons, 2 grudge throwers, lots of Quarrelers. As well as the base from that. So Thane, Longbeards, Miners and Quarrelers. We'll have quite a... it's not the best force, but it's a fairly decent force, so... Now the only reason I might want to, with this little bug where I'm not actually gaining grudge, negatives from having my grudge up for long, what I may want to do is actually start... well, I still want to fulfill my grudges because I'm a dwarf, of course, because it feels wrong to not fulfill a grudge. But also it gives me oath gold, guys. And oath gold, well, it does what it's... Well, it gives me access to items, basically, which is good. Kislev is growing. Oh, damn you, Kislev. Do not cap there. Do not cap there. Do not cap there. That is annoying. I wanted to take there for myself. We can still take the thing. They've not actually capped it. We're going to advance our campaign quickly now, because there is a very big danger that Kislev will cap there. I could potentially go to war with Kislev, because it is definitely a valid target. Simply because it would connect me with the other Dowie. But it would also, the world would not like it. I really don't want them to cap there.
My anger burns bright.
Let's do a little bit of swapping. Let's drop a baby quarreler for the Thane.
Beards in belts.
He was getting... which one? Which one is it? The other guy. You're joining this guy.
Thrust their arms.
You're joining these. Oh no.
I'll get
Oh,
on it.
damn it.
Yes.
You're joining these guys.
Train. Lord of Clan Morgrim.
We are
Shoulder
double
axes,
timing
lads.
forwards.
We move.
And some more longbeards.
So beardling.
3 longbeards now actually. Going. Can we tax here again? Soon. You know, I reckon I can leave here being taxed simply for the extra income for the time being. Let's go grab this island. Extra money and some favourable winds, which means he'll move faster. Right, let's have a check of all of my gear.
For orders all. My axe thirsts for war.
So, 10 weapon strength, straight up. No real fault in that. I really don't care about any of them.
Armed and ready.
We don't have any extra armour. Sunder and 30 armour piercing damage or magical attacks. Sunder, that's quite a useful ability because it lowers their armour. And again, we've got everybody else taken. Right, we potentially have some things we can recycle then. Let's recycle that Tormentor Sword. I probably should have given it to one of my guys, but that'll do. Right. 12% weapon strength is useful. But I like armour to keep my Dowie alive. No, we're going to go for 12% weapon strength for our new Thane in this army. Okay. I do want to get a rune. We've already got a runesmith in that army, actually. I think I still got him in that army. So an engineer as well will be useful long run, but we'll see how it goes. Please don't cap there. Kislev is so going to cap there, which is a bit annoying because I think that's the capital of that region as well, which will make it harder to deal with. That said, even taking out Frozen Landing, you know, if they cap it, they cap it. So be it. What I actually want to do is if these guys can move fast enough, I'll have them take
Let's
it
hear
on.
what you have.
You know what? No. Not yet. Yeah. I'm hoping they'll lose that to a Chaos Rebellion. That said, we are going to be burning off the corruption there incredibly quickly. They are going to have to move back to deal with the Skaven very fast. So potentially, as I said, there is quite a potential for them to lose that. Ooh. Change of circumstances, which means they've probably lost their port in a war.
Let us begin. Vengeful Rune Lord. For the wisdom of Valea, aye, grudges will be settled.
Here we go. I am friends with Erengrad actually, so maybe I should have gone for the alliance with Kislev, but I'm not sure I agree with those odds.
My anger burns.
We are going to double time down, which will cause us some vigor issues, but
No. Enough. Dren. Attack. To battle.
again, this is going to be mostly down to my range to taking these guys out. Sorry if I'm being a bit more quiet today, guys. I've as I'm sure you're aware, I've not been particularly well recently, so no, we're going to get my Longbeards in their first battle. We've got a lot of fairly veteran archers here who should do a good job. They do have a secondary force coming in, which has some very good units. So, oh, perfect. Actually, this is quite a nice setup.
For the ancestors.
These guys buff everybody around them, don't they? Yes.
Vengeance. Come together, lads. Aye. Dwarf warriors.
So actually, I don't want to be too close because I want to give my archers a chance to shoot. So there's a bug here, which is why the army's coming in like this, guys. I am aware of the bug, and to be fair, I should really have a... There is a beta to stop it. You guys can just start marching down here at full speed. Right. Let's hit the skin wolf first. Because he's not... Well, he is reasonably armoured, actually, but taking him out will help us. You know, let's hit those Marauder champions. Really? Why is he there?
The clans unite. Slay the Oathbreakers.
Get a little bit of charge out. We're battering them down. Let's hit that mage. You can charge him. Right, we need to turn and face these guys. Turn and face, keep battering. Move around. Let's hit those trolls. Right, let's pull these guys out separately. They can come in and start hitting there. And the rest of you guys can just charge into the side here. And this will work nicely because we're gonna sandwich what's left of these guys. You guys can hit them. Take out those trolls fast. This is a little bit messy, guys. I do know that. Slam into their side. Right, you guys can take out that skin wolf. Next, finish him off. Oh god, we should definitely not have skirmish mode on.
your targets well.
These guys are taking too long to get in.
Obey me. I am ready. Move to
I'm not
attack.
worried. We've got this. It's just these guys could have done with being in a bit quicker.
Vengeance. Ready to strike.
Okay, let's hit the Lord next. You guys can hammer into the side of him, of them.
Quarrelers.
Trolls are coming back, but they won't last long when they do. He's about to break. We're just going to hit them briefly.
Fire on the foe.
They won't last long. We've got this easily now. As I said, this is where sometimes the odds really don't make sense on the auto resolves, because this was never going to be a difficult battle for us.
Understood, Lord. For the High King.
That's them breaking. Let's rejig onto the trolls briefly. They're going to get a bit of charge into us, but they'll break quickly enough. We'll have the matter out shortly. Ooh, let's turn into them. That's it. It's over. Let's make sure we do as much damage to those Marauder champions as we can, because they're probably their most scary leftover unit. That's it. Got a few arrows into them before they started getting out of the way. So no, that's that place taken. Now what's the name of this place? If it's not too objectionable, we're only going to really change the objectionable names, guys. Some of them, you know, we will keep because there's no real need to. So if it's not, unless it's like, you know, like some of them, like the Altar of Spawns is just so undowy, it's unbelievable. So Frozen Landing, that's fine.
Bring them. My axe thirsts for war. Getting out of here.
Straight onto the rune stones.
Lord of Clan
As I said, I suspect they're going to get a rebellion quite quickly, but I'm not that fussed by that. Ooh, right here. Getting worse.
Wisdom of Valea.
Let's keep heading this way, so I want to try and find my other Dowie brethren. Okay, so my runesmith has leveled up. Which one do we want? Ooh, Rune of Might for the extra weapon strength there. Ooh, Kingsguard. See, that's good. That I'm not so bothered by because our trade isn't great. That's good. So we're gonna go for that for because I want the Noble Warned Wrath. That said, I do also want to push down here. I also want to push down here, but it's picking which ones are best. Ooh, or do I want to get Lightning Strike? Yeah, I want to get Lightning Strike because Lightning Strike is a fantastic ability, and will be more so while we're fighting against the large Norscan forces. So that's that faction pretty much done for. Even though we don't have the whole region, it shouldn't be too difficult to hold because Chaos Corruption is going to drop off very quickly there. Probably going to go to Hell Pit next, even though it's not necessarily the best place for us to take. It's a very powerful, even though we'll get lots of negatives for it, it's a very powerful settlement. Yeah, it's a big settlement, guys. So even though it will take time to build up, be more expensive to build up, it will definitely make us quite a it will make us a decent income, basically, which is the thing I want
And
from
what
it.
can the Dawi do for you on this find?
No. I see no need to give you military access over there, Kislev, considering I want there to be a Chaos Rebellion in one of your territories so I can take it. No benefit at all. As I said, and these two places are going to be as defended. Basically, I say these two places. I need defenses, strong defenses in all of my territory, because we are going to get hit by chaos hard. We will be the front line, the bastion against chaos. And I have absolutely no doubt we will take losses. That's them destroyed.
What do you want?
Right.
I suppose so.
To war!
Why can I not merge these
Onward.
armies?
On my way. Setting off.
There we go. I don't get why it wasn't allowing me to do that. Finally, let's get the lower level ones out.
What?
You can
Heading
start
out.
pulling back here.
Ready.
I do need to hold here for the time being while we're burning all of this off because of that public order issues.
I do.
So this is a warlord, guys, so he's slightly different. Purebred, we want that in every one of our guys. Simply to help reduce all of the chaos corruption. You're gonna need to head up here, actually.
I'm off.
I'm going to leave tax off there for the moment because we're not making a huge amount from this region anyway. So,
For a reckoning.
yeah, I want that replenishment because we are going to take lots of damage from attrition up here as well. So, having that high is really good for us. This is quite a nice setup. We've got a good mix. These guys provide inspiration to those around them as well. So, ooh. So basically they buff up everybody near them. So this is a nice shaped army for the moment. There are a few other things I would like in there long run for obvious reasons, but for now I'm happy to stick with it as it is.
On to glory for the ancestors.
Ooh, there's another faction for us.
Then,
Greetings. We may not be the Empire, but our realm has rich.
fine.
Okay. I'll accept that for now.
Who calls?
I am ready to parley. I hope you're well.
Affirmative.
Nice extra trade agreement. I'm doing quite well from trade. Trade, see, is definitely my thing.
Empire. The dwarves have come.
Ah, he made
On
trade. Yes. So my income, I make quite a chunk from trade. So let's see. The Wanderers scare me because they are going to be big and they are going to be powerful. Now, once we've dealt with the region I've just taken, the Bear Sling, the Frozen Landing, once we've sorted there out, so it's a nice, happy, friendly, cuddly settlement again, we will then look at going to the Varg, and after the Varg, it is going to be a war with the Wanderers. And that, as I said, that is gonna be our big war, guys. It's probably not going to happen for an episode or two, because you know we've got other places to take first. Well, I don't know. They could confederate the Varg, which would be bad, but we'll have to see how that goes, because they've already confederated a few people, and there are also the other Norscan tribes over here. So. Do need to be careful.
Ready. Forwards.
Ooh, oh damn. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. That's the whole point we're out here. While finding other places is good. top level of that is very good. Can't believe we still haven't managed to remove all of our corruption. That is a little worrying.
It is time. Yes. If you say so, Beardling.
No, I want a couple of extra quarrelers because we're lacking quarrelers in this army. That's a big settlement. I don't think I can actually take that at the moment. I'd need 2 full stacks, which I can put in, but I don't necessarily want... I'm not going to build up my other army much more. He's just getting forwards for a defensive position, just so Vivard can see we've got something there. I need to stay here for the time being to help quell the chaos corruption, keep the public order going, while we re-educate the Norscan tribes out from their chaos ways over there. It's just going to be this is just going to be a slow campaign, simply because of the way... Well, at the moment it's going to be relatively slow, simply because we need to take care. We need to be careful with how we're doing things. We need to not rush, because I need to make sure I deal with that chaos corruption. Now, we've got ways of doing it, but it takes time. That said, I am enjoying this campaign more than I have enjoyed a campaign for a long time, guys, so... Let's pay attention to that public order. So minus 14 and plus 20. So the military presence is all that is keeping our public order positive here. We're not going to be leveling, growing anytime soon to get some extra public order buildings. That said, we are burning that corruption off at a fast rate.
Armed and ready. I'll get on it. Thirsts for war. Moving.
Let's go grab this island.
Shoulder axes, lads.
That's not bad. Let's go give that to my guy here.
For the wisdom of Valea.
I thought I'd given him a weapon. I've obviously gave the weapon to the other one. Never mind. Next turn we'll be able to do something else there. But no, it is the chaos corruption issues we are getting here are simply from words are failing me again, are mostly from osmosis. Now, I don't know if you actually do get chaos corruption from up here as well, just naturally flowing in, but hopefully we'll be able to balance that. That's why I kind of wish I'd taken both, because I'd have been able to balance it better that way. And this is where I kind of wish you could make deals for territories, because I know there's a mod where I can just buy them, but it feels a little cheaty. It's a little too OP. It would be quite nice if you did have diplomacy to swap territories still, so I could say, you know, I will take that, you know, to try and... I'd still have to pay them for it, but try and persuade them to give it to me would actually potentially be quite good and benefit me and them, because it would give me that territory so they wouldn't have to worry about the corruption. Because I'm better at dealing with it. Now, they might not accept, but it would just add another dynamic, which would be nice. What I'm worried about is these two guys going to war.
Master of runecraft.
Now, see, that's Less upkeep for Slayers, but do I really care about upkeep for Slayers? I don't really need that at the moment. We are burning off our Chaos Corruption slowly. Putting that up's definitely worth doing, because the extra growth is always worthwhile. Do if ones down here actually give me walls? I don't know if I actually get walls from these. It adds walls to settlement, so the second level of that will add walls. So I could just go down there, because income is income. And 5% extra trade. But also burning off for Chaos Corruption. We're going to keep an army here anyway, so for the time being, so let's do that. And let's push up the public order a bit further with that. You want to push down in here, we're going to find all the factions around here, then we're going to head up here and up here to find the other Dowie.
Deliver your message.
So be it. Absolutely not.
No, well, I got a non-aggression pact at least.
What?
You have a proposal?
Never.
See, I was tempted by walls up here, but the income I think will help me more at the moment. Because now I can afford more troops. And to build more. Let's level you up, because I definitely want growth. I need 4 for this one, which is going to take us 10 turns at the moment. Extra AL is always useful for my dwarfs. This is beginning to get a lot more balanced. We're still not quite there, but a few turns I'll probably actually be able to leave here. Let's see, where is the corruption coming from? Can I actually see where the corruption is coming from? So there's no Skaven corruption. There is still local populace gives me 2 corruption, chaos corruption. No, I don't think I can see where it comes from. I know it does come in by osmosis, but it's not giving me a breakdown of where it's coming from. So, I know a lot of people try and get a peace treaty with the other guys, the guys I wiped out up here to start with, and then take these guys out and the clan molder help it early on. But I just didn't get... They wouldn't give me a peace treaty, so... I mean, I could have got a peace treaty, but by the time I could have got a peace treaty, it just wasn't worth it. Norska is going to a war with a lot of people. I do potentially need to get into a position where I can start that war sooner rather than later. Because if I don't, the longer I leave it, the more powerful Norska gets. That said, the longer I leave it, the more powerful I get. Now, what I could do is I am half tempted to break my treaties with Erengrad and Kislev and just take all that territory. Because certainly this territory up here, the top territories they have are good for me because it's actually green because it's considered tundra, which I get as a favoured terrain. Kislev not so much, but unfortunately Erengrad are allied with other people now, so it would be problematic to do that. Also getting me a couple of extra ports. That said, even Kislev, who I'd end up at war with as well, but it's not my aim. I'm tempted, but it's not my aim.
My axe thirsts for war. Time for a reckoning. For the wisdom of the layer.
Not quite yet. We are getting there, though.
My anger burns bright.
Oh, even without him in there, that's now... Ooh.
Lord of
I'm doing something else then. If this is positive, even without me in there. we are going to use the underway and take here. Let's go. Look at this mysterious island. Nice. That's a very good one. You can actually go onto this guy.
If you dare.
Deliver your message.
Non-aggression pact and trade agreement. That'll
Very
give you
well.
a non-aggression pact.
So,
Greetings, stranger.
I will not obey.
Oh, how rude. We'll get there. Anybody else I'm not trading with who I can?
Those who... Greetings, Dowie. What do you wish to discuss? It is done.
Okay.
Protector.
The lady
Trade
grants
again.
you safe passage.
Very well.
Right, let's look up here. Now here, I can actually get some extra. Can I not build building? Oh, I can't get that resource from here. Interesting.
Let us begin.
Not quite yet. I think I already knew that, didn't I? I'd already checked that this turn. No, I'm happy to keep Frozen Landing called Frozen Landing. Soon we're going to be in a position to start our next war with the Varg. Maybe I shouldn't take here just yet. No, actually, that's fine. Because here is part of the places we're going to be pushing. So even if I might get a rebellion there and lose it, but it's not the end of the world if I do. Because there's two separate territories here. There's the mountains of Naglafi and the Ice Tooth Mountains and the Trollheim Mountains. They're actually spread across a few different regions, but pushing into them will be good. I don't think they're going to be allied with Wulfric, but I do need to double check that. So soon, that war will be starting soon, guys. Once we've done that, we'll consolidate our territory again and get ourselves into a position where we can destroy Wulfric. And eventually, once the corruption starts dropping off enough in the north, in some of our previous territories, what we'll be able to do is actually start knocking over some of the runestones and replacing them with better buildings. Because actually, once we've got no correct chaos corruption, so here, let's have a look. Our corruption, you know, we're not getting extra corruptions, we're just burning it off. So actually, once we've burnt all the corruption off, and here, for example, once we've burnt all this corruption off, we're not going to keep gaining too much. In fact, you know, we are still slowly burning it off. It's just slower now. We're at the end percentages, basically.
Master of Runecraft.
And this is what's going to help us with the wars to come. Is this ability to just be able to jump under. Okay, Featherport needs leveling up because I want to get the walls there.
My axe thirsts for war. Anad, summon me if you dare. Forward.
Almost there.
Wisdom of Valea. Move.
So much trade income that we make more money from trade than tax,
Beards in belts.
which is hardly surprising with our faction, with our position, how we've been doing things. Here might be hard to hold because there is going to be a lot of chaos corruption in this region, but we can also start burning off. And I don't know if I know corruption moves by osmosis. I don't know if if Untainted also moves by osmosis, because to me it would kind of make sense that it does, but well, we'll have to see. The Tower of Kark definitely needs a renaming. So It's not a capital, so I don't want to call it anything really big. We'll keep it as the Tower of something. The Tower of Ulfgo. Because that's who's taking it. I know it's not necessarily a lawful one, and I may look at the lawful positions of some of these settlements and redo them. Or no, because it's keeping them out of the north. Ward Keep. We're going to go for that one, which is apparently a lawful name. It may be in completely the wrong place, but...
Make your proposal, my long
What do you guys want? Yes, we will take your trade agreement. Lots of trade agreements, which all actually help me because it keeps everybody down in the north, down in the south, friendly with me while they're dealing with their own things. Nice. Lots of extra income from that. And we now need to choose a next tech. Straight up, the one which buffs us up.
My anger.
First things first. Not do. I never find treasure hunts are worth doing. Right, let's rename this place. Ward Keep, which is apparently a lawful name because it's warding the old world from Norska. Basically, that's why I'm calling it that. We're instantly burning off for corruption, which is good for us because these guys suffer from lower corruption. And yes, so we're burning off their corruption nicely. That's just from having here. Let's look over. Let's look down here actually. So here, which we don't hold anything, so we're not affecting it at all. We're getting there slowly. There you go. We're getting Skaven corruption from osmosis actually. And we probably are here too. No, not so much.
For the wisdom of the layer.
Damn it. Oh no, turn attacks off. Right, I'm going to leave that now. That should stabilise. No, we're going to keep getting these to start with. Rune of Striking, so he's more likely to hit.
Yes.
And we're no longer taking damage from wandering through this territory. See, I want to know what will happen here. We should be able to work this out, actually. So, part of our thing is 18 from buildings and commandments. But even with 6, we would still be lowering the chaos corruption. That Skaven corruption is a little bit of a worry. And I may need to do something about that at some point soon.
Unto glory for the ancestors.
Skull Reef. Not much will make me change direction. A Skull Reef will straight up make me change direction every time. Oh wow, they've expanded fast.
What can I do for you? Go on then.
Making some new Dowie friends there.
Honor before. Welcome to fair Britain. It is done. Valiant. These lands are ours, but I never.
Will you trade with me?
No.
Not quite yet. A lot of these guys will start trading with me eventually. It'll just take time.
The Empire.
Mystelia should certainly now.
Affirmative. What?
I am ready
How
to
about
parley.
you?
A fool's action.
Quite yet.
Who calls? The Empire.
Deliver your message.
Non-aggression pact, because I'm scared of headless people.
Indeed.
So, we're nearly ready for the next war, guys. We've taken Ward Keep, which is a good step. We're going to move my other army back up, and we're going to buff that army up actually quite a bit. We're going to give it a few more. We're going to take some. We've got a good solid line of of Longbeards there who are very solid infantry. I would like to get the rune, you know, long run we will have the top tier infantry in it, but we're not quite there yet. Basically, very simple tactics for the Dowie with this faction, guys. We're just going to have a big long line of people, and we're going to shoot everybody approaching us. So Varg will be falling next. Now I'm probably I'm going to pop out a couple of extra agents next turn, just to go forwards into their territory and have a look. I would love to get some more runesmiths out, actually, but I don't think I've got the right buildings to recruit them yet. Because I could have them forwards removing corruption before I go. Having a net of runesmiths across Norska would actually be fantastic, but we're not quite there. Oh!
We march. What? My axe thirsts for war.
Right. Do I want to get some of these guys? They have low armor. I wasn't a fan of these. Gonna be brutally honest. What's this? Ooh, plus 30%. Ooh.
The throng agrees.
No, I don't want to be taking too long now. I want to take complete advantage, so we're gonna get these guys, then we're gonna double time up here, then start this war. And here is where we're going to have to end this, guys. Because these guys have obviously just been at war with each other. So this is the perfect time to hit them, because they are going to be weakened. So we're going to double time up here. You're going to jump up here and come down to the coast to guard. And Cromson is going to charge in through here, ripping through their settlements, rip through here, settle here. Just trying to capture all their settlements to push us into the centre of Norska, into the position for the next war against Wulfric around the coasts. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching, guys. I do hope that you are enjoying this. As always, please feel free to pop any comments in the comments section, or jump over to my Discord and say hi. You can tell I'm enjoying this campaign, because I don't usually do hour-long videos, guys. There is a link to my Discord in the comments and the description, as well as links to my Twitter and my Patreon. Thank you very much for your time, guys.